dominant performance today and a dominant career in the Xfinity Series. And Kyle Busch is going to win at Indianapolis.
Can anybody slow down Kyle Busch?
That has certainly been hard to do again in 2016, the all-time winner in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and Kyle has just been on the track for the first time 2 laps, third quick, not yet outpacing his teammate Daniel Suarez or Kevin Harvick, who jumped up to second. See Dakota Armstrong coming into the garage area. If we pose the question, gentlemen, can anyone beat Kyle? Does it happen this weekend? DJ's shaking his head, Kyle's saying, pretty tough.
I think it's tough to beat anywhere he goes, obviously. And Dale and I talked about it last year. His main competition comes from within his own camp with Daniel Suarez and Eric Jones, you know. Harvick's second on the board right now. Last week we saw Brad Kay kind of challenge those guys a little bit. But he is the standard. He has set the standard. He's who everybody's shooting at. So that's the question every week. How to beat this car and this driver.
It's just so difficult. He's the odds-on favorite. If you get a late race restart like we saw Ty Dillon do with him a couple of years ago, then you might have that opportunity. This is such a momentum track, especially with these cars that have less horsepower, that he is head and shoulders above the rest with outstanding equipment. As Kyle just pointed out, the only two that have the same equipment are in his camp, and they have a lot less experience at this place. So it'll take an outstanding performance by someone to beat him tomorrow.
And you said time and again, you've got to bring your best stuff here, and right now their best stuff is better than anybody else's. Yep. Alex?
Well, DJ mentioned you got to bring your best stuff to Indianapolis. This is a historic place. It's well documented. Even the garage area here. Keep in mind, when they built this garage that we're currently in right now, it was basically built for the month of May in Indy cars, where they actually pull the cars in and out, push them through the garage area, through Gasoline Alley out to pit road. So for these NASCAR Xfinity Series drivers, it's very, very tight. You saw the line that they have here for Justin Allgaier's team to make sure he knows how to pull the car in and how to get it out. They've got the orange tape on the wall, and yes, race car drivers sometimes aren't the smartest in the world, so they put extra signs on here for Justin Allgaier as well. Got to make sure you keep the fenders on this thing even in the garage area.
Alex, a couple more rule changes real quick, guys, to keep into consideration for the Xfinity Series this weekend. One is they made the teams add races right here on the right rear quarter panel. What teams were doing is they were intentionally sort of making this weak, so that would cave in a little bit. Xfinity Series and NASCAR say, well, we need to make that a little bit stronger so that doesn't cave in and give you an advantage aerodynamically. And also, the side skirts used to be able to be 2 pieces. This week, NASCAR said, hey, let's make that 1 piece because teams, it would hit the ground on the racetrack and it would flare out, giving you another big aerodynamic advantage. A little harder to do that when it's 1 piece. So a number of rule changes, including that knack-it-up we talked about earlier, for these Xfinity Series teams are all playing with in this first practice session, Dave.
And Marty, appreciate that update, guys. It's really in this series about trying to keep that level playing field across all budgetary concerns, if you will, from the big teams down to the small teams, and I think that's one of the main reasons why they went that direction.
Yeah, it certainly benefits the teams that don't have access to all the cup information and being in the wind tunnel and understanding exactly everything you can do there. So when you do a lot of these things, it helps everyone across the board and helps those teams that don't have quite the funding capability.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to Alex's report on the garage area. When this garage area was built, Indy cars, if you go back to the month of May, would do all their setups and all their stuff in those garages. They push out, and they worked off pit road. Cup guys are exactly the opposite. Cup guys do all their work in the garage area, so we drove in and out. So it's always been that position of one series that runs here does one thing, another series does another thing, and the Cup guys were in those garage areas that we saw the Xfinity drivers in. But the Cup guys moved out to pit road, right behind pit road, into the Formula One garage area that they built when the Formula One guys came. A lot more wide open, a lot easier access. But these Xfinity guys, they're still stuck back in 1965 or something, having to use those garages and go in and out.
Yeah, and those signs are put there for a reason, because incidents have happened. Other signs that make us shake our heads.
So Alex wasn't wrong.
For a reason. No.
I'll say this: somebody up here's done that. His name's Kyle Petty. Has run into those mounds before, coming in and out.
Big orange tape, big sign, don't do the wrong thing. Daniel Suarez is doing all the right things right now in the 19 car. He leads first practice here at Indy.